We're trying everything that we know how to, and the weight's just not budging. And I'm in this same situation myself for the past year. I have a couple of videos kind of sharing my journey. You can check that out here. I've got another one you can check out here. Just really being vulnerable and raw, and how I navigated, putting on 10, 15, 20 pounds and not really loving it. What I did and kind of what that looked like for me. So do check those out if you're interested. I still am carrying about 10, 12 extra pounds than I was over a year ago. No, it's actually probably been closer to a year and a half I've been carrying this weight. So girls, let me tell you, I am so ready to shed it. But the kicker, there is always a purpose. There is always something happening underneath, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to share some tips and just some ways to navigate the frustration that comes with like having this weight that you maybe didn't want, or that you definitely didn't want, right? And what you can do to just kind of soften the frustration and be a little kinder to yourself. So I hope in some way that these maybe ideas can help you as you navigate that journey yourself. So the first one I wanted to share is to stay active. Whatever you're doing, like I go to the gym a couple times a week, I have yoga, I walk daily, I do all of these things. And I had expected that when I upped or changed my fitness routine, like I started weightlifting over almost a year ago, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is really gonna transform my body. I'm gonna lose this extra weight. And guess what happened? Not a fucking thing. I mean, I'm sure things have happened, and so I've noticed some more definition, and I'm sure definitely a lot of like inner changes have happened. I'm getting more stronger and stuff. But as far as like, pause that. That was my door. For the scale and for like the flabby factor, nothing, not a damn thing. Okay, and I've been at this for over a year. Over a year, ladies. So when I can sit here and tell you that, I know exactly what it's like to be frustrated. Not a pound, not anything, is just jiggly bits everywhere. So the first tip, hold that thought, I need to get my green juice. I made this last night with my son. It's so bitter. I don't put any kind of fruit in it. I just do a little bit of lemon juice. So it's very potent, very potent. You gotta keep moving, you gotta keep going. So even when you're doing an exercise plan that you think is gonna revolutionize your body and it doesn't, don't stop. That's key here. Keep going, keep trying, keep moving. Whatever it is, if you wanna shift what you're doing, fine. Don't stop moving. Keep moving, keep active every single day, because that's important for mental health, not just our physical health. So it actually, like, biochemically, things are happening with the endorphins, and we just feel better moving around. Our energy can shift. We can actually move stuck energy out of the body. We stay more fluid, more in flow when our body is moving versus when it's stagnant, when it's sedentary. So whatever you do, keep moving. Even if your body is not changing, even if the pounds are not changing, I still go to the gym 3 to 5 days a week. I walk every single day, especially after my meals. I practice yoga, I do Kundalini, I do a whole bunch of stuff. So even though my body is not shifting, I still am very, very committed to keep moving, because in the end it will pay off. It will, it must. It's an accumulation, right? Our body is accumulation of our whole years on planet Earth, in addition to the beliefs and everything that we're holding in our subconscious stuff and all that, but it's an accumulation of your years on the planet. So all the work that you're doing, all the movement, all the dancing, all the working out, all of that is an accumulation, and it will pay off. It might not be in the first year, because I'm still waiting. But it might be year 2 or 3 or whatever, but it's worth it. Whenever it comes through, it's worth it. 100% every single time. Keep moving every day, whatever feels best to you. Keep moving, keep sweating, keep breathing, all of it. It's total medicine for your body, your brain, your emotions, your spirit. Stay active. Now, the next idea I wanted to throw in there is track your calories and your macronutrients just for a little bit. This is not a lifelong thing that you want to do, but it has been immensely helpful for me to realize I was probably overeating more calories than I needed to. And I'm not at the place where I'm an intuitive eater. I want to be. It's somewhere that I am moving toward and inviting into my life, but there's things I have to heal along the way before I get there. So tracking my macros and my calories has been so amazingly helpful for me. I would recommend it, even if you just do it for a month, 2 months, 3 months. It gives you a great idea of what food holds different macronutrients. So if we're looking at nuts, or if we're looking at vegetables, or if we're looking at a fruit, you're able to start seeing what the sugar content is in something, what the protein content is, what the carbohydrate content is, what the fat content is, all of that. When you start tracking, you can start seeing actually what these foods are made of, what their components are, and then in a given day, you might be eating more energy than you need to. It's just possible. So it's an idea I want to throw out. It's not a bad idea either. Don't ever use it to beat yourself up. This is 100% for educational purposes anyway. So if you see, okay, I'm eating like 2,200 calories, it isn't a reason to get mad at yourself or shame yourself. It's to see, okay, I'm eating 2,200 calories and maybe I want to shift that to 2,000 or 1,900. So this is only for education. And when you track it and you start to see it, and you can also line up, how much fat did I have today? How much carbs? How much sugar? I have a couple videos on my health journey if you want to check it out here. I actually had to significantly limit carbs and sugar and raise fat and protein. And I would not even know what to do or where to start if I wasn't tracking that. I just wouldn't have the information. I wouldn't have the knowledge. So this helps in that way. If you need to change your diet in any way, this really gives you a strength to know what foods contain what, and then you know what to take out or what to increase or what to decrease. So I do recommend it, even if it's just for a set period of time, just to gain wisdom and knowledge around the components of the food that you are eating and how that affects your current state of health. The third idea that I wanted to pose here, guys, is to maybe get some labs done. So if you tried your normal ways of trying to lose weight or change your body, maybe you reduce calories, maybe you exercise more, maybe you change the composition of your meals, like I just talked about. If you've tried kind of your go-to ways of shifting your body and nothing is happening, or you're not seeing the changes that you want, it's not a bad idea to reach out to your healthcare professional and get some labs done. You can actually get some done with, my chiropractor does them. I work with a nutritionist who does them, like actually pulls a lab and does the test. So you don't even have to see a doctor. You can actually see someone in the holistic field that can have the blood work done and read the results for you, and you can check for deficiencies, or maybe there's something going on internally that you're just not aware of, and these lab results can give you a window inside of your body, what's happening that you maybe didn't know of. Because this is what I wanted to talk about here. The body is holding on to weight for a reason. There is not a reason. There is a very, very good reason, because the body never does anything that it doesn't want to do in protection of itself. Try to get it into harmony. So that it is happening for your good. The weight that I'm holding, I know, is 100% my body trying to do the best it can for me. The second piece to that is, because it's still here, I have not found that missing link. I haven't found the answer, because as soon as we do, and we can make those necessary changes or whatever needs to happen to move the body more into balance, more into healing, the weight will come off. That is a guarantee. There is also some emotional and subconscious beliefs that are connected to weight. And if you want to know a little bit more about that, you can check this video out here. But really, for the weight to still be here, there's a component that we're missing. And it doesn't make it wrong or bad. It's just something that's not in our awareness. So either it is too much calories, we're eating for emotional reasons. Maybe there is a medical thing going on in the background that we just don't know of. There are so many endless reasons of what it can be stemming from, but there is a missing link that we haven't connected the dots to. So the greatest thing that you can do during this time is to be very, very kind to yourself. Very kind. Show yourself grace, compassion. This is an amazing time for you to tune in to self-love and to learn to love yourself exactly how you are. One of the greatest gifts that I have experienced over this past year of gaining more weight than I'm used to carrying has been my love for myself has deepened to an extent that I had never known before. So how's that for irony? I've put on more weight, not been comfortable in my body, done everything I can think of to lose it, but what it forced me to do was love myself deeper. Or rather, I accepted the invitation. Its hands were out and said, love me anyway. Love me anyway, no matter what I look like, no matter what size I am, no matter what my skin does, love me anyway. And I said yes. So that's the invitation. No matter what's happening to your body, can you find the space in your heart to love yourself anyway? Your body will change. She will change, especially as a woman. You know, from infancy to childhood to prepubescent, then to the puberty years, then to before motherhood, then after, then crone, all your body is ever doing is changing. So it is a wonderful idea if you can use this opportunity and experience to decide that I'm gonna love you no matter what, because she will always be changing. So if you can learn to love her now in your younger years, when you've put on a few pounds or your body is a little larger than you would like, if you can strengthen that love for yourself and she knows your soul loves her no matter what is happening, it will be the greatest gift you can give yourself, because again, your body will always be changing as a woman, always. As always, my wonderful friends, I hope that these ideas can somehow help you or just expand your thinking on the topic. Do leave me a comment below. Let me know how your journey is going. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I love you dearly, and I will see you next week. It's very hot in here, and I'm sweating. We have kale, celery, cucumber, lemon, some arugula. The good stuff.